in celebration of Blue Jay. Blue Jay, directed by Alexander Lemon, is a film about two lovers reconnecting many years later. So far, so familiar. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. Blue Jay is another one of the many indie romance films that have been plaguing the film world for years, and I am a complete sucker for them, if you couldn't tell already. I love indie romance films as they don't stray away from the arguments, the breakups, and most of all, they don't stray away from the truth that sometimes, even if you love someone with all your heart, sometimes you just aren't good for one another. Blue Jay shares all these themes and all these quirks and makes them its own. Blue Jay is a great film, but most of all, Blue Jay is a nostalgic film. That may sound weird as it doesn't sound like something that would come off as nostalgic, right? Well, yeah, but the chemistry between Mark Duplass and Sarah Paulson is undeniably going to remind you of an old flame of yours. High school sweethearts? Summertime fling? Doesn't matter. This film will rekindle feelings that you haven't held in a long time. Generally, this point in the video is where I'd start elaborating more about the plot, but truth be told, I can't. This movie is simply about an old flame rekindling, and I wouldn't want it any other way. But that's not to say there isn't a lot to talk about in this film, because trust me, there is. See, this film explores the theme of love and the mysterious and magical ways it works in. You know love. I know love. We all know love. You may love your family, or your friends. Maybe you have a partner you love with all your heart, but in one way or another, I believe that everyone in this world has loved something. Me? I love my family, and my friends, and I love pizza a bit too much, but that's not the point. See, I love a lot of things, but I've also loved and lost, as we all have. For me, her name was... Shit, wait, am I getting off topic? Oh, where was I? There I was. Sorry about that. Carrying on. Anyway, whether you like it or not, you have loved. And if you have loved, you're well aware of how fucking annoying love can be sometimes. In Jim's case, he loved Amanda. And Amanda loved him. It was your typical high school romance, or at least it was. But as most high school relationships do, it ended, and they moved on. Or did they? This film is set many years after their relationship has ended. Amanda's in a loving relationship. Jim is fixing up his late mother's house, and almost by fate, they meet again in the grocery store. And we can tell almost straight away that sense of anxiety and nervousness that you feel when you're seeing an old ex. It's in the air. Now, as per usual, I will be spoiling some of this movie. Not all, as there are some moments I believe must only be observed blind, but for the most part I'll be talking about Jim and Amanda's rekindling. So if you have any interest in this film whatsoever, check it out. Come back to this video if you wish to hear my thoughts about it. After meeting up, an awkward conversation ensues, and before long they decide to go get a coffee together at the Blue Jay Diner. Roll credits! And this all escalates further and further until eventually they're drunk off their ass, reliving their old memories together.
She knew that her heart and soul belonged to Justin.
Why Justin?
There's no sexier name than Justin. Oh, Justin. Do it to me, Justin.
Oh, come on.
Sorry. No, there's more. But it wasn't until tonight that she realized Justin also owned her body.
One of my favourite parts of this film is the realness I felt when watching these two together on screen. Mark and Sarah have fantastic chemistry together, and there are many ways that they convince you, as a viewer, that this is a true and real relationship. They have inside jokes, they joke about their quirks in high school, and they rap. Yeah, that's the thing.
Never really been like it was with us.
But all of these just make this relationship feel real. And as these films generally go, the two of them slowly but surely begin to fall for one another all over again.
It's so good.
I used to be so restless nights. Making hardly for you to see. Oh, but now
This This includes listening to old tapes they made together, dancing like complete idiots to the point where they roleplay what could have been had they stayed together. And all of this happens over the course of one drunken night of fun. What could have been? That is the burning question this film goes out to answer. A question we have all asked ourselves at some point in our life. Was he the one? Was she the one? Watch this film and maybe, just maybe, you might just discover the answers you're looking for. Blue Jay is a fantastic film. One of those cinematic experiences that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. Like Her, another fantastic film I plan on covering in the future, and pretty much the entirety of Breaking Bad.
I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Yes, even the awkward handjob scene.
It's just that I really need you to paint at some point. I mean, the sooner that back bedroom gets finished, and I do it myself, except you said you don't want me standing on the step ladders.
I will paint.
Okay.
There are just honestly so many reasons why I love this movie. It's just such a comfy movie. Even though it deals with some hard themes, watching this movie has never failed to make me feel happy to have loved. I especially love that this film is honest with how the situation would pan out, and just realistic with love in general. We don't see that in a lot of mainstream cinema nowadays. Mainstream cinema is just too focused on the idea of everyone having their one true love. But in reality, you don't have a soulmate, and you just aren't destined to be with someone. This film showcases that just because you think someone may be the one, they might not be. And that's fine. Sometimes it's best just to move on.
We weren't very cool.
No, we were deeply uncool.